Hey guys, welcome to week 2 for middle stage 1. Okay, now week 2 is focusing on subtraction on Tuesday and Friday. Our math lessons will be using the same video because we're learning the same concept. You might think, why are we doing the same thing 2 days in a row? It's all about practice, guys. We don't learn everything in the first time. Okay, we need to practice until we master it. Okay, now last week we did addition. This week we're doing subtraction. That means moving backwards. Last week we did 3-digit numbers plus 2-digit numbers, and 2-digit numbers plus 2-digit, bridging 100. Okay, now we're subtracting. We're making that number smaller. So we're going to start with a 3-digit number and minus away a 2-digit. Now, last week we had 2 steps. This week we have 2 steps. So when you show me your work, I want to see 2 steps clearly shown, okay? Now, the example that I'm going to do now is the same steps that you need to follow to complete the work. Now, this activity that I am using as an example is the activity that's will be on Google Classroom, okay, and will be in your weekly overview. So if you follow these steps, you'll be able to complete the activity. Now, our learning intention. I am learning to subtract 2-digit numbers from a 3-digit number by bridging 100 and partitioning. We partitioned last week. That's where we break the number up. Now, we learnt last week that when partitioning a 2-digit number, we partition the tens first, then the ones. So the first step is partitioning the tens and showing that on a number line. The second is partitioning the ones. Now, you don't want to do it all at once because that's when it gets confusing. Okay, guys? So do it in 2 steps. I would love to see, when you send your work through, step 1, step 2. Easily read. I can understand it. Okay, guys? Now, 3-digit number. We're going to work in the hundreds, which means we need a 1 at the front. In time, as we practice and move forward, we can move into the 200s and 300s, but for the time being, I would like you to learn and just complete the activity in the 100s. So, we are going to find an ace, and we are going to leave that up there the whole time. That's our 1, okay? That's our 1 in the hundreds column. I am then going to turn over 2 more cards. I've turned over a 2 and a 6. So now we have a number, 126. Now we are going to minus. So we put in our subtraction symbol, and then I turn over 2 more cards. I've got a 5 and an 8. Okay, which equal 58. Now, the first thing I need to look at is our tens, because that's what we are going to be partitioning. We are going to partition the 5 here, but remember, it's not actually a 5, it's 50. So, I've got 126. I'm just going to forget about the 6 for the moment and think I have 120. Counting by tens backwards, how many times do I need to count by 10 to reach 100? Remember, we're counting backwards because we're subtracting. I'm going to put 120 in my head. Okay, 120, 110, 100. So I've jumped by 10 twice. That means that the first number that I take out of 50 will be 20. How many more will I need to jump from 20 to 50? Now, I could make this a little bit easier on myself as well. I could say, if I take the 0 out here, 5 and 2. 2 plus what equals 5? Well, I know that 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that 2 plus 3 equals 5, but we need to remember we're in the tens column. So I need to add my 0. Okay, now we have partition 50. Now we need to subtract it away from 126. Here is my number line. Subtracting, we are moving backwards down the number line. So I need to put my biggest number, 126, at the end. I am going to now jump backwards. Okay, I might even move this up a little bit, just so we can see. $126. Now, what was 120's friend of 100? Now, I said this before, but if you're saying, what is 120's friend of 100? It's already bigger than 100. Now, when I say, what is its friend, how many tens do I have to jump back by until I reach 100? We've already worked that out. We've worked out that from 120 to 100, I need to take away 20. So I am going to do a jump or a bridge with a minus 20 above it. So now let's count. Now we have to count backwards by 10 off the decade. Now we've been practicing this all of term 1. 126, 116, 106. I've jumped back by 20 and I've landed on 106. Have I finished? Not yet. I've done my 20. I've subtracted that. Now I need to subtract 30. Now I need to jump back from 106 minus 30. Now, what would my next step be? I'm going to jump backwards by 10 3 times from 106. So let's do it. 106, 96, 86, 76. Here I land on 76. I'm just going to move these over. Am I finished now? Because I've done my 10s. Fantastic. But I still need to do my 1s. So now I want you to only be looking. That was step 1. Step 1. Step 2. I need to partition my 1s now. All I am going to do is focus on this. These 2 numbers here. Okay? All I'm focusing on. 6. How many times do I need to count backwards from 6 to reach my 10s, to reach a 0? Okay? 126, 125, 124, 123, 122, 121, 120. So I need to count back 6 times. So I know that the first number that I'm going to partition my 8 with is 6. What other number does 6 plus what equals 8? 6. So I've got my biggest number in my head, 6, 7, 8. That means 2. So now I've split it up. I've partitioned. I need to get this number moving backwards. How much do I need to move backwards to reach a tens number? I need to move backwards 6 times. So I'm going to go from 76 minus 6. 76 minus 6. Well, we just worked out that the 1's minus equals, if I minus 6, I equal the next 10. I reach the next 10. So 76, 75, 74, 73, 72, 71, 70. So there's my first part, 70. Now, I've done the 6. Now I need to minus away the 2. Minus 2. 70 minus 2, 70. 69, 68. And there is your answer. There are your 2 steps. First of all, we partition the 10s. Second, we partition the 1s. We always minus away the 10s first, then we minus away the 1s. If you would like to, I'll rub this out. Okay. If you would like to, you can draw 2 number lines. You can finish your 10s there, and then you could create a second number line. Okay, you could start from 126 and build on here, or you could start from 76. Remember, we did 6 and 2, minus 6, minus 2. It is completely up to you if you would like to join it in on the same number line, or you would like to create a second number line starting from what your answer was after you minused away the 10s. Guys, that's our activity for this week on a Tuesday and a Friday. If you have any questions, please message me on Google Classroom. This is the activity that we're doing on Tuesday and Thursday. I would like you to stick to this activity for those 2 days. Okay, we might be able to move to larger numbers the week after, but I want to see us master this. Keep up the excellent work, guys.